This is how I feel right now.
I would like to see you look better.
3, 2, 1, bro.
Nick's not feeling good, but we're gonna hit it in 3, 2, 1, and bat out away. Get it, bat out away. Here's the thing, Nick. I'm a professional. I don't feel good either, but you can't even hear that. I got that stage health, son.
It's true. Yeah, stage health is a real thing.
Oh, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. I will drop dead as soon as my last line is said, but on stage, you will not be able to
You
tell.
power. It's amazing.
Welcome, everybody. It
Baz
is our...
out.
No. I don't care. Nick's got a fever or something. Don't mind him.
Yeah.
Don't mind him. This is Best of the Week, where we talk about our best thing in gaming this week.
We are.
Spoiler alert, they are things that we got at Gen Con.
We got back from Gen Con.
What we're playing this week.
We got back from Gen Con on Monday. Like, we haven't really done much
That's what
else.
we're playing.
That's true.
My personal best of the week, it just happens to be a great game. One of the things that was a hit at Gen Con was Woodland Creatures. So my best of the week is Everdell.
Bo.
Pam. Pack-Cow.
Everdell.
Everdell.
Great game.
Little critters. It's a tableau building. It's like worker placement, although you don't ever have that many workers.
No.
It's more about building out your tableau of cards and building good combinations and things and using your resources.
Kind of more engine builder, tableau builder.
Yeah.
More. That's a more prominent mechanic, in my opinion, than the worker placement.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually a really good intro worker placement because the all the spots for workers are super simple. You go here, you get 2 berries. You go here, you get 2 wood.
So you can introduce a concept without bogging down with a lot of what they do. It's just like get 2 sticks of wood. You see 2 right there, grab those 2 things.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, so that was my best of the week. It's a lot of fun. It's fairly light.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot's going on, but it's very simple iconography, great components.
Yeah, and it's still tons of strategy, and you can see it's beautiful. I mean, it's
the art
gorgeous.
is amazing. Oh my!
Yeah, and but it's still great. It's got a lot of strategy, and it's a really wonderful game. It's one of those games where I'm like, is this game to be all bark no bite?
All
essentially?
shine.
Yeah, exactly. All shined, but just rust underneath kind of thing. And everyone was saying it was very, very good.
Yeah.
So I was like, I believe that it is, but you never know. You know, some games it's so pretty that it's got this big 3D tree, and you're just like. I just not that I distrust games like that, but I'm always a little cautious that they're making up for a bad game by making it pretty, and they're not. It's great.
Everdell is really good, fun, simple. So that is my personal best of the week. What have you got, Sir Sick Nick?
My best of the week is a game by Renegade Games, a game called Wendake.
Pow!
Wendake is a really good, interesting game. It's about the Wendat tribe, which is in the Northern Great Lakes region. And we were interested in this game right away because the theme, you can see it's Native Americans, which is not a theme used very often, which is interesting to me.
Yeah.
And they treated it very respectfully. They really worked hard talking to people from the tribes, from the culture, saying hey, is this coming across good? We're not appropriating anything, all this kind of stuff. And even in there, it says you're not going to see any teepees or anything like that because these people. They weren't nomads. In this part of the U.S., these Native Americans, they live in longhouses. So there's longhouses, not teepees. It's not just Native Americans, so teepees, and it's just no, it's not how it is. No. And there's even a whole section in the back of the book that's about the lore and about the history of the people. But that's not really why I like it. I also like it because, I love it. Because
representation super matters, though.
huge. But the game is also really good. It's an area control game, but the area control, it's not an afterthought. It's definitely half the game. But to me, that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is the action selection. You have a little grid on your little player board, and you have 9 tiles in it.
Yeah.
And you can use 3 things. And you have to use them in a row. So you have to use vertical, these 3, or these 3. Essentially,
so like a tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, it's like tic-tac-toe. You have to go diagonal, vertical, or horizontal, and you can use whatever ones you want as long as they're in that line, which is already interesting. Mm-hmm. But then everyone you use turns over to the other side, and you can't use that action anymore. But at the end of the whole round, all the actions slide down 1 space, so the ones that are on the bottom get pushed off the board. Yeah. And then you get a new action that are better, and then you have to discard one of your old actions, and then you shuffle them up and put them back on top of your little grid.
Action side back up. So
exactly.
Refresh.
So they're sliding through this, and so you have to...
It's such an interesting... I've never seen an action selection system like that before.
Yes.
I was explaining it to a coworker, and I was saying it really is brand new. I personally have not seen something quite like that. It's a little weird to explain, but it adds a lot of
it's so
interesting,
cool though.
Yeah,
and when you bring them out, you shuffle them, so they're not always because again you have to go in in a tic-tac-toe line.
Yeah.
So they're not always in the same place.
Yeah.
And so, like, your strategy may change based on where your actions are placed because you're like, I can't do what I need to do, so I need to adapt and do what I can do. And there's so much strategy in terms of, like, what row do you want to do? Because if you do a horizontal row at the very top of it, those will all flip over, and then they only go to the middle the next round, then they go to the bottom next round. So all 3 of those are going to be gone for, like, 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Or 2 rounds, rather. And that's tough. So it's like, do I want to do it in a column so that, like, you know, one will go off, I'll immediately get it. Do you want to do a whole row, but it's on the bottom because then they'll immediately get pushed off?
Right.
It's like there's so much going on, and then there's area control, and then there's just a billion other things going on. It is
resource management,
stupid fun. It's thinky, it's tough. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's really good. I'd love to play it at higher player counts to see how it goes.
Yeah.
And yeah, the area control is really simple and just one element to it. So it's you know, not the only way to win. Like, I didn't really have much control of the board at all and managed to win.
Yeah, last game we played, I was crushing the board and it didn't do anything.
So that's the cool thing is that there's multiple channels to victory.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Really, really great game. Love it to death. Can't wait to keep playing it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was our best of the week. Let us know what you have played in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you're digging what the brothers Murph be doing. That's us, by the way, if you haven't ever met us. Hi.
Bang.
And yeah, that was our week.
What a week.
Did you sound awful?
I know, I feel like crap. Sorry. If you like this video so much, then you should go and click subscribe. And if you want to play some awesome games, then baby, you should check Restoration Games. Oh yeah, and this game. Don't, this game sucks.